There is an altar that does not exist in any church building. You cannot find it in any sanctuary. It has no cross. It has no candle. It has no plate offering. But millions of people are bleeding on it right now. It is built with not wood and stone, but with years, tears, prayers, sacrifices poured out on behalf of somebody who almost change, almost surrender, almost become who you want them to become, almost become who they promised they will be. The altar of almost. And this altar is most active in places of worship in this generation. Altar of almost. How you sacrifice your lives on the altar who someone is almost became and almost is still not. If you check the book of Acts 26 verse 28, you see that King Agrippa was moved by the testimony of Paul. He says he always persuaded me to be a Christian. Almost. He came close. He grabbed the truth. He heard the truth. He knows the truth. He was moved, but then he walked away unchanged. Altar of almost. The scripture did not record the conversion of King Agrippa because his final answer is unchanged. Almost. Never hear anything about him again. Altar of almost. A lot of lives are bleeding on this altar because almost change is still unchanged. Heaven's record does not say almost holy. Do not build your life on the standard that eternity does not recognize. Almost is still unchanged. Every altar requires something that must be placed upon them and consumed. You sacrifice your time on this altar. You give years of your youth, your reasonable years of your life. You sacrifice it on this altar of almost. Your time was poured on someone to become ready. You sacrifice your identity around someone's incomplete transformation. You sacrifice your emotions, constant disappointment. You sacrifice your spirituality. The longer you stay on this altar, the harder it becomes for you to hear God clearly. Altar of almost. Romans 12:1 called us to sacrifice our body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Him. Which altar are you on? Which altar are you sacrificing on? Are you a living sacrifice on God's altar, who is transformed by the renewal of His mind? Or you are on the altar of almost, sacrificing your life, your years for someone who is in complete surrender? Altar of almost. The most devastating things about this altar is that it mimics consecration. It makes waiting for someone look like faithfulness, and praying for someone looks like intercession. You are interceding for the person. You sacrificing for them look like, yo, I love this person. But then when the fruit is not transformation, but is exhausting you, then you are not on the altar of God. You are on the altar of almost. And you need to know that. You need to recognize that. And you need to take action. Not every altar that costs you everything is the altar that God asks you to build. Altar of almost will cost you everything. But then, it's not the altar God is asking from you. The question God is asking from someone on this altar is, will you allow Him to provide? Will you allow Him to lead you? Will you allow Him to take over? Will you step back from the altar you have been maintaining and allow Him to show you what He has prepared? The ram in the thicket was there, but Abraham has stop looking at the altar for him to see. God does not waste your almost season. He redeemed them, but he can only redeem what you are ready to release. He cannot force you. Are you ready to let him lead you? To let him take over? There are people watching me right now that they have been in this altar of almost for so long, and the altar seems to be like home. You give your best years to it. You bleed on it. You prayed on it. You sacrifice on it. You pour your love on it. You have defended it from people who try to pull you out. You have done a lot of things on this altar. But I want you to know that God is not angry with you because he saw your years of tears, prayers, sacrifice. Only what he asks you is for you to surrender. It's for you to let go. It's for you to let him form you. Let him prepare you. Let him reorientate you. Step away from that altar. Let him take over. You are stepping away not because the person is hopeless, but he's done with you being the sacrifice. He wants to take charge. Just allow him. He has a ram in the ticket. He has on full of oil. He has a next season with your name on it. Just allow him. Stop looking at the altar so you can see what he has in store for you. Let him take charge. Ask yourself these questions. What have you been sacrificing on this altar that God did not ask you to? Is your faith in this person based on who God confirmed or who you decided they will become? If God says today, fill your own with oil and move, will you be willing to go? Just ask yourself. When you answer these questions, and you truly know the answer, then you will know you have been on the altar of almost for so long, and you need to stop looking at the altar so that God can help you. Allow him to help you. God bless you. This is CRH and I'm Coach Dap. See you next video. Bye.